Hi, how's everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, SunPsychic Jean, coming to visit with us today to talk about this spring equinox 2026. Big, powerful day. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with me, Jean. I
Oh,
appreciate
it's
you.
it's my honor to be here on the spring equinox, Val. I'm so excited. And everybody knows that I think it's like 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. You have to find out for yourself exactly what day that the sun rises and sets at the exact 12 hour. I know that I used to look it up and it was like 24 hours or 18 hours or something, like a day or two before or a day or two after. It's not exactly right now, but they celebrate it now because of the planetary lineup. But it
Yeah,
depends on where you are in the world when it actually hits,
yeah,
like if you're on the East Coast or on the West Coast.
yeah. The
Hmm.
astronomy of it is very detailed, right? And it does come. It's a little different as the sun comes up in Aries, like for the chart, it was 10:46 this morning. So, but I want to talk about. Oh, and we're going to do some reading. So if you have any questions, please put them in all caps, and we will get to them. I was thinking of having, but you can ask anything you want. But I was thinking of having eclipse reading. I mean, excuse me, spring equinox readings because this is opening the door. We're at the threshold of a whole new way forward, and this is really good to ask. What's my next best step? Something and along those lines. If you want
Well,
to put your questions in, go ahead. I'm sorry, Jean. Go ahead.
I did want to bring something up. I had looked this up a couple of years prior, but I just looked it up now just to see. And
Hmm.
I'm looking at the sunrise and sunset, and it is around the 16th of March for me. And it's not the 20th. And I knew that a couple of years ago. And if you want, I mean, I can just show you that. And
Sure.
I don't know if I can add another one.
It's so crazy the
Oh,
energy.
yeah. If you don't, go ahead and pop that up. It's right down there, Val.
Okay. Ooh,
All
look
right.
at
So this is March 2026 in Washington, D.C. It's sunrise and sunset. I'm going to try and make this bigger
thank you.
so that you can see it. And you can see this is the sunrise 7:20 and the sunset is 7:14.
Hmm.
Sunrise is 7:19, sunset is 7:15. And then on the 16th it's 7:17 and 7:16. So it's right around the 16th or the 17th is 7:17 and 7:16. This is
That's
exactly 12 hours. And the same with the 17th. So it was around the 16th or 17th of March is when my equinox was. And I could feel it. Like I could, and this was a couple of years ago, I'm like, wait a minute. And I remember because always worry, not worry, but I'm always wondering how much later the sun's going to stay out and how much when the sun's going to come up. That's just the way I am. I've always been that way. So, and then when they said the equinox was on the 20th and 21st, I'm like, what? Not here. So it depends on where you are, I think. Don't you think?
well, the sun enters is zero, like according to ephemeris, right? Zero Aries in the constellation Aries, but Western astrology is a little off. All of them really are on they're they're perfect for what they're for. Like, we could go with a Vedic.
I I
Uh,
think it's the astrological equinox or the timed equinox. I
yeah.
don't know. But
Well,
I
it
think
is.
there's, yeah, just a little different.
Yeah, it is based on the precession of the equinoxes. This is why this one is so
Oh,
important, right? Because and
you can.
I think you're right too, Gene, because the sun has been shooting flares at us for the last few days, and that only happens. I mean, it's been happening a lot because we're in solar maximum. But as soon as there's a major aspect, it really pops off. And of course, this is a major time in our history whenever we have spring equinox, fall equinox, or the solstices. I love how you looked that up though, because it is important. I mean, in the details, it's so hard to get to the fine details of everything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's an amazing day for for many reasons. Not only just regular start of the new year, which is this is actually the new year when we come into spring equinox. It's also the start of this new era. This
This is
new
the
era.
sun
Mm-hmm.
entering Aries at
Mm-hmm.
0 degrees.
Yeah.
Can everybody see that?
If you can make it a little bigger, but if not, I can. Yeah. See, look at that. And look at that. I mean, it's just a beautiful day. It's going to be a powerful week, too. I mean, every day is beautiful,
This
but
is Pisces. We're all leaving Pisces, and this is Aries, and this is the sun at 0 degrees. It just came in this morning at 10 something, right, Val?
yeah, 10:36 a.m. Eastern. So this is important to know. I'm notating that because the last 2 days were the last 2 degrees of the zodiac in Pisces. And that's 28, 29 degrees. They're called anaretic degrees, master degrees. They're difficult. I mean, the last 2 degrees of the whole year zodiac. Think of all you went through last year. Think of the whole, I mean, it's been a lot. But the whole year we have been shedding, we've been releasing. I mean, and that's not really going to stop, but this is a big, powerful release leading us to this moment in time, because this moment in time is entering us in my opinion, and from the astrologers I listen to, um, is the golden age, where we're going into that higher frequency. I know it doesn't look like it outside, but if when you're by yourself, really feel into it. I'm sure most of you here do that. And this is the opening of the door. We're standing on the threshold. It doesn't mean it happens immediately. It is a process. And we for the last since 2012 have been in this release phase, dark nights of the soul, shadow work, uh, remembering who we are, what our gifts are. And we're pretty stabilized now, many of us, into that new version of ourselves as we go into the new era of the world. To me, it's just, I mean, I've been waiting for this day for quite a while.
Can
Um,
you can you tell us about Mercury?
yeah,
Mercury is
oh, I'm
right
going to
here. Is
be,
it okay?
yeah, Mercury's the big thing. This is why we need to have the talk. Aries is a fire sign, and it's like the day you plant your seeds, right? And you just want to go. I don't know if y'all are feeling that, but I know it is. Mercury is going direct today at 3:33 p.m. Eastern. So it's not quite there yet, about another hour and a half. The thing is, Mercury is conjunct next to the North Node. Mercury is all of our, Mercury is all of our ways we communicate, how we receive information, how we share information, all the different media types of information. It's everything to come. Mercury is fast and ruled by Gemini, and there's the twins. You're always creating something. But this Mercury was retrograde in Pisces too, where the veils dropped, and the veils gone pretty much anyway. But we had immediate like immediate access with our spirit team, with spirit, and we're receiving downloads, we're receiving light codes, we're receiving a lot of information that isn't spoken. This is the
Oh.
it's the spirit. It's all
The new
around us.
information will be given to humanity. Humanity
Yes,
will receive new information or something like that. I forget what
absolutely.
the prophecy says. What does the prophecy say?
I
I'll
didn't
forget
know. I
it.
didn't know about that, but that is true. That is what's going on, because these last, I want to say I can't remember the day he went retrograde in Pisces, but he has gone in. It's like going in, knowing your gut instinct, knowing that your psychic abilities, your intuition, knowing that you have a connection straight to the all that is. And in any, however you want to word that, you are receiving information if you allow it. We have to take that time every day. Take, some private alone time and feel into it, because this is powerful, and this is the next thing, that Mercury is going to sit with that north node. That's our way forward. That's why I was saying, let's ask for our next best step. Where is that north node in Pisces? Okay, we know this much. We are entering into a spiritual, higher consciousness reality. Now, many of us have already been there. We're understanding that communication just isn't spoken or written. We're understanding that everything around us has a frequency and a vibration, and it speaks to us on some level. We're connected to it. Most of you here are psychics and intuitives. You know that. You know what that means something to you, because you were just thinking of that butterfly, and here's a butterfly, right? There's something to that. So they've been conjunct since Monday. They're going to stay together until this coming Monday. This is a big deal. That's a long time for Mercury in the North Node. In fact, I'd say that's probably the most powerful aspect this year, because we are getting direct downloads from spirit, from our team, on how to move forward, on
Can I
what
give
that
you the
means.
quote?
Yes,
The
please.
Chris Bledsoe saw the lady. The lady came to him with an encounter, the lady in white, it's called. And she said, a coming new age of peace and love to replace the current era of chaos. She told him that all would be revealed in this life was coming, even amidst potential trouble. And that there's new information, there's new, it, it didn't say that, but all would be revealed, that new information would be coming in,
Yes. Yep.
So that was really cool.
That
Now
is really
you
cool.
can take that down now if you want, if
You
you're
got
done
it.
with it.
Well, let's talk one more thing,
Oh,
because that Mercury is important, right? Again, the sun's in Aries. The sun, the moon will end today in Taurus. So you're going to have understanding later on today, what you want to make physical, what you want to bring into the earth realm. But here's why you want to wait before you do anything. Not only is that Mercury stationing direct with the North Node, the sun is going to cross over Neptune, and then in a couple days cross over Saturn, because they just went into the 0 degree Aries on February 20th. Huge. Hasn't happened in 12,000 years. Not to Everybody has a different number for it, but for them to be at 0 degrees Aries together, and there it is again. That Neptune was always ahead of Saturn. That Neptune is bringing us into a higher consciousness reality, creating that reality Jean just spoke about. Saturn's coming right behind him, was right next with him. They were together, um, creating the structure for that new reality. Now, we're the ones here in physical form that create the structures, but we've gotten the ideas, the inspiration, all of the downloads, all of the understandings of the higher realms on what does that look like. Now, it's just starting, but we all have a part to play, because we're every single heart-centered, soul-centered being here has a part to play. It doesn't mean that you have to like change the world overnight, but you being you and being heart centered and soul centered is really all that matters. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. On the astrology, we can start. Do you have any questions, Jean, on that? I can't hear you, Jean. I'm sorry.
we just wanted to make sure that we showed everybody that this is um, the start of Aries today, as well as the spring
Yes,
equinox.
yes,
And it's also what is it? There's another
Oh,
celebration.
Ostera. Yeah, so it's the beginning of
Austera.
the spring, right? And you want to do a ceremony. We were going to get into that in a little bit. Do something to honor the new era, the birth of the light, right? The birth of spring. Um, Ostera is where we get Easter, and where you color the eggs and you do all these things. You honor Mother Nature, right? This is huge.
I think I'm going to do a thing on this, Val, because it is just we've been turned around having January as the start of the year, and it was all because of banking and stuff. It
Yeah.
really isn't the beginning of the year where this is so much newness, freshness, renewal, beginnings. There's so many different things that occur at this time of the year, Easter, that is all new. And obviously, the new egg, the new beginning, the new birth, the new creation. And for us to be out of sync with that, I think it really does not do us justice.
Mm-mm.
So it's not as easy um, to
Okay.
just feel the ignition of this new year. And plus, I guess the fire horse came in,
Yes.
and with that banking 12-month thing instead of the 13 lunar calendar, I really do wish, if I had my rathers, we would go back to the 13-month calendar and change. The names are not even right, and
No.
it would go with the flow. It's like right now we're going against all of that natural flow.
Right. And that to me was a setup on purpose by the heartless, soulless. Now we don't. That's my belief. But we I feel that as we create this new era, that is going to be realigned to the sun cycles, to the seasons. Wintertime is when we're in Aquarius, Pisces, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, very deep, especially that Pisces, you just really going in. And I'm sure everybody felt that the last couple of weeks in Pisces season. It has been a total, I mean, it was like we were thrown out of the cosmic washing machine and the spin cycle didn't work correctly and we needed to wring ourselves out. It's been pretty. I know I talked to a lot of people that have really had, and they just don't feel themselves, but this is going to cheat to bring that life back into us, that fertile soil, because that's what we did. We created fertile soil all last year. Everything that we released, we created a higher, uh, I'll just say a higher nutrient soil for our soul. You got to think of that. That's your soul in Pisces season too, and it's, yeah, it's not pleasant to leave things behind, but when it's time to move on and start something else, and that is where I get stuck there. I get comfortable. And we are all being asked to take the risk, to take the chance. Oh, I love this. Michelle Krantz. The meteor fell 20 to 30, 40 minutes away from her in Ohio. I've heard that there's been five different, there may be more. I'm just going off the last thing I heard a couple days ago. Five different meteor sightings. Now, that brings in this big comet that's out there now, not Three Eye Atlas, it's another one. And it was visible the night of the new moon 2 nights ago as live, and I was talking about it then. So, when a comet comes through, it's not by itself. Usually it has friends with it. So I think that's what we were seeing. I don't know for a fact, but that's what I'm getting from it. You getting anything from the comments?
Wow. No, that's amazing, Michelle. And where did she find an emoji that was a comment? That's
Oh,
what I'm impressed with. Oh my, I mean, that
absolutely.
was a meteorite. That's amazing. But
Yes.
no, and I didn't see something, honestly, with a fireball in the sky, but I don't know if it's AI, so I was just, I think it was on Facebook or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Actually, it's Mr. MBB 333 or something.
Yeah.
He's on my Facebook, and sometimes I see him. He has different things that he shows in the sky. I wasn't sure where it was, but that's amazing. Did it disintegrate, or did it actually crash into something? I'm not sure.
Nobody saw them crashing, but like if they're coming into our atmosphere, our stratosphere, that usually burns them up, So, and I don't want to bring downer information in, but our media doesn't share the truth with us, and Mr. MBB 333, he is a good source of information. There are a lot of good sources out there, and it's important that we are discerning. This is another thing going on, because you don't want to rush out of the gate. You don't want to, the fire horse is here too. There's a lot of fire energy. You want to allow yourself to breathe in and connect to your inner flame before you go rushing in front of yourself. Know that know that it's time. Your team will always guide you, and we have the gift of taking the breath, taking the pause, allowing everything to kind of settle in. It's been a pretty deep year. So just keep that in mind. This is a rebirth time. This is what Aries season always is. It's time to come to, bring yourself back to life. But you've shed a lot. So who is that? That's how I look at it. But my
Mhm,
goodness, it's
mhm.
been such a crazy year. Um,
Well, I just want to say hello to everybody in the
yeah,
chat. It may
I
take
was,
us too long to go through, but I see some familiar faces,
yeah,
some new names, and I'm so thrilled. So nice to see everybody. Oh yes, Stefan Burns. Pamela says Stefan
love,
Burns. That
love him.
man scares the pants off me. I'll tell you that. He's so passionate, and he's like, and the flares are coming, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't watch anymore. He's intense because
Yeah,
he's excited, he's passionate.
yeah,
But and the flares are causing, more and more effects on this earth and with our electronics. And they say that, some of the outages of the airports, but
mhm,
I don't know. It's really it's just amazing all of the information that we have available to us,
yeah,
and how much a part that the astrology plays into our lives. It always has, but it was very quiet or mundane in the
yeah,
past. And in the past 2, 3, 5 years, it was really going through some big aspects, some big changes, and some once in a lifetime kind of occurrences. And as we can see here today, what is it, like 68,000 years or something? About what is it? I don't know what it was.
but
It's
26,000 years. Yeah, we go through these
26,000.
cycles, right? In these, that's the precession of the equinox. So, and the North Star will change at a certain time. So it's really cool. It's really cool to dig into, and I love Stephon Burns because he gets into things that's just like, see, I love it. Please tell me some more. Tell me more. And he'll call out the media. He'll call out uh, our supposed space programs for not sharing the information of
Mhm.
Three Eye Atlas and things like that. Um, but we have had quite a few solar flares in the last couple of days. They're Earth directed. Now, to take the fear out of it, my guides had, this was back when I figured this out in 2012, 2011, around there. They showed me this information, and they said, don't be afraid. What it's doing every time a flare comes in, it's removing density, trauma,
Oh,
it's removing pain, it's removing the things that are stuck deeply in the molecular structure on all life on Earth. And as it does that, it also brings in higher, like higher, connects to our DNA, brings in higher light codes that are helping us go from carbon based to crystalline based. So it's really cool, and it has to play out slow, But I think well, I do know that we've come through a part of the journey where things are going to move along a little bit um, more faster for those heart centered, soul centered. And I think you can all see that now. You can see what's going on in your life is totally different than 2012, I would imagine, and Pisces season gives us I mean, you just release. There's no going. It's washing you clean, you know. And then you got to think that soil. Now you get to plant the seeds of your next best step. You get to choose. This is us choosing our next part of the journey. It's really a cool time, really. Um,
Now, Val, do you know anything about what happened when the three-eye atlas passed in front of, was it Saturn or Jupiter? What did it pass in front of?
Jupiter, and I've
Okay.
been searching high and low for information because that happened on March 16th, I believe, and they
What
haven't
was
said
the
anything.
significance of it? Do you remember?
I feel Three Eye Atlas is okay, they call it an interstellar object, right? But to me, it was a sentient being and wasn't,
Yes.
and you good, you believe that too. And to me, that it came through releasing all those particles. Right, my team shows it to me like gold, sparkly fairy dust, like all throughout our solar system. And the way they explained it to me, it's breaking up the density of the lower frequency. It's not so much just for Earth, it's for the entire solar system being kind of cleansed even more, Um, I feel we're going to hear something interesting about it, but it really does break my heart that that our space agencies don't share that information with us,
It's, it's just amazing. And Val, I do have it up if you want to pop it up real
Sure.
quick.
Thank you so much, Jean. Jean's got it together. There
So
it
it's
is.
hard to see, you guys. I'm sorry. I'll make it a little bigger in a second, but this is our sun, and this is Venus and Mars going around the sun, and this is the Earth going around the sun, and
Mhm.
this is the trajectory of the three-eye atlas. It was like closest to Earth, and then
Mhm.
it was closest to Mercury, and what was it doing? Sending us information. And then all the way up here is the Jupiter. Uh, what is it called? Elliptical.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
what is it?
oh, and that's
Yeah.
another thing. Good point. This Three Eye Atlas was on the elliptical plane of all these planets, all of our planets. That never happens with comets. They're either above or below. Go ahead, Gene. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So it was like driving through, and
Mm-hmm.
not only that it was driving through, you guys, but you can see the trajectory of it. Why
Mm-hmm.
didn't it go into orbit? Why did it not orbit the sun? The sun has, I mean, we have to all orbit the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Like this thing had to have had some sort of a trajectory or propulsion type of mechanism that allowed it to drive or to fly straight. And it was and this is where it is. I guess it's all the way, no, that's just the trajectory. This is where it is
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
And for it to fly straight through all of these elliptical, it is a magnetic pull. But it didn't have that magnetic pull. It was able to drive right straight through it like a straight line. And they didn't say anything. They knew way back here. Oh, there might be something
Mm-hmm.
coming in. Let's not tell
Mm-hmm.
anybody. Oh, it's coming close. Let's still not tell anybody. It's leaving now. Let's not tell anybody. But it's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely fascinating. And I guess that they knew that it wasn't going to sort of impact any of the planets. And so
Mm-hmm.
we, better if we, I don't know. But so this is the trajectory, and Jupiter went past it, and then three eye Atlas went after Jupiter. Is that what happened?
Well, this is the crazy thing. I think it was on October 29th, 3i Atlas came in closest to the sun, to our sun. And they thought there it was going to take it, and just burn it up. But it didn't. It never stopped. It just kept going. But
Oh.
what happened, the first trajectory was for it to go behind Jupiter. Then we found out it's going in front of Jupiter. So, Jupiter, the second biggest object out there, it could take it in that, in its energy, because that's a big force. And this is why everybody's waiting to hear what's going on, because if it passes Jupiter's electromagnetic field, or whatever the field is, it's called, I'm not sure at the moment. It, that's powerful because it has all these different um, jets coming out of it. One of the jets is facing towards the sun. That never happens. It's usually the one jet behind, and that's it. The whole thing is surrounded by jets. Like you were saying earlier, AI, there's so much disinformation. It's really hard. I was watching something the other day, and it turned out it wasn't, it was just an AI guy talking, but they look so real now, So you think it's a new
Oh,
um,
wow.
creator
Wow.
or something.
Yeah. But
But they said
it's
the
really
chill came off.
it's just really rare that it went by so many planets. And it doesn't look like it's going to get close to Saturn. I mean, this is the closest it got to Saturn
Mhm.
because it takes years for Saturn to come back around here. It won't come back around here while the 3i Atlas drives by. But it did it went closest to all of our personal planets. And
Mhm.
it went so close to the sun. It doesn't say closest to the sun here, but you know, and for us to think it was going to burn up in here and for it to sustain not only the gravitational pull and all of the, gravitation through all of the other planets, to drive right through all of that is just amazing. And
Nice.
to go so close to Jupiter that it could be caught into Jupiter's, I lack the terms, you guys, but you know what the magnetic pull, and
Yeah.
it's um, you know, gravitational pull.
Yeah.
It-
It's it's so much. I mean, it is powerful. Jupiter is
I'm not an
powerful.
astrologer, but it's fascinating.
I was
And look,
stuck on the word too. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it's
you guys know what
fascinating.
we mean.
Yeah.
Somebody's
I
going to
had
pop it in there. I know somebody will. But it's just fascinating. And you can pop that down, Val.
and I
But
had
it's just
the
okay.
when we it was first observed July 1st, and it came in. Now this was the cool thing. It came in on the galactic center. And I'm looking through my papers real quick, and of course I can't find it right now. But for that's spirit, okay, galactic center. Any of there's four space anomalies like the galactic center, which are basically huge drivers of universe, huge energies, right, moving planets and the everything. To me, that's how we get spirit comes in, and we come in through those places too. We come in through these significant, when we're born, we come in through these portals. It's really cool. um but I think we're going to hear more about 3i Atlas for sure, and definitely this other planet is, I think it's 88A Howell. um it's a comet, so that supposedly the biggest one that ever entered our solar system. I might be confusing that with something else. There's so much to know, and isn't it? I mean, but isn't that the thing? Think of all of the information is off the charts since 2012, since 2020. It's just crazy. But we do have some readings. Thanks, everybody. Hi, it's so good to see you all. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. It feels your energy always feels so good when we all get together.
Does
Um,
anybody have Aries in their chart? Is anybody
mhm.
born? And Aries is March 20th to April 18th. What is Aries?
Well, it could go the 18th, 19th, 20th. It just depends, but it's usually March 20th to April 20th. Um, like a lot, I know there's a couple people I've read for like charts. Oh, by the way, please, if you want to connect to Jean or I for a reading, please look below our in the description box. We would love to help you go forward in this energy. But I read for a couple people that have 0 degree Aries, and we've been tracking. There's three of them. Can you believe that? That I track,
Oh my,
and we track the
their sun sign
energy.
is
Yes,
0 degree air. Oh my
yes.
gosh.
So they've
They
been
must,
going.
are they leaders of some sort? Well, what would the
No,
aspects or the
no.
characters of an Aries girl be?
Okay, the one was a teacher, right? So she was a Montessori school teacher. Very Aries rules. Aries the ram rules the head, right? Is a
Oh,
fire sign. Is a cardinal sign. So this is the cardinal signs give us the juice, the ignition, right? Whether it's in all four elements, there's four cardinal signs, but this is the first one. So this is the ignition point to go forward to create the life that you want to create, especially now. Mars rules Aries, and I was just shuffling these cards while we were talking, and an astrology deck, and Mars came up as soon as you started
oh my
talking about
gosh.
Aries, and then solar flares is behind it. But Mars is the ability to act, to make okay. Gemini helps us make a decision, go forward. But when our Mars kicks in, we have the ability to act on the information that we have, right? And we're always doing things and implementing new things. But Aries is, rebirth. It's known for being a bit too, maybe too headstrong, too spicy, too willing to jump before they pause. So this is one of the reasons why I was talking about that's not time yet with that Mercury station in direct with the North Node. Take your time, breathe through things, really observe, be that neutral observer. And if you can, and I think this is something all light workers, love workers, energy workers really had to learn this last 15, 20 years is how to be emotionally neutral, not fly off the hand, not take things wrong, and that's really in the higher consciousness reality. It's important to have that skill, um, everything here, well, in the lower frequencies here, has designed to have us in emotional states that we don't enjoy being in, so think about that before you make any kind of rash, judgment or anything. This is that Aries could do that, can be a little too fast, too quick to assume or judge, but allow yourself the time to really assess things, and that Mercury in Pisces, that stationing direct today, I mean, that's direct connection to your source, to your spirit team. It's listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, because it's not going to be clearly stated like here's A, here's B, here's C. This is all reading through through reading between the lines, being your psychic self, being your higher consciousness self. And I think, Jean, that you said this to with me before, where we're going to be more. Oh, now the word just left my head. Where you don't really need to talk. What's that called? Oh my gosh.
Telepathic,
Telepathic. Thank you.
telepathy. Yeah.
Yes. But thank you all for listening. If you
Hmm.
have any crickets in Aries, hi Cricket. Cricket Legs, April 2nd. Sandra's in Aries, April 11th. Mousy Girl is Aries Moon. That's so cool. So you Aries, you already know. You already
You
know
know,
what.
significant events often happen around eclipses and
Mhm.
the equinox, and it's it's almost like a jumping off point, or it's just energetic. And if you pay attention to some of the things that go on in your personal life, go on in your community or in your country, a lot of
Mhm.
these things happen. I mean, these things happen all year long, but it is significant to see when things occur. And I'm just really excited about the Chris Bledsoe um, prophecy, and to see what's happening. Now, is it the new moon that's happening on April 1st, or is that a full moon?
As a full moon, and that is a full moon in what was the last full moon? Why can't I think? I have it somewhere in one of these papers. But it says that going forward in these energies is definitely, this is a good time to get a reading, to get oh goodness. Okay, I don't have it on me. Oh yes, I do. Oh, it's over there. I'm sorry. It's the next new moon will be Aries. So, and this Aries season, thank you for bringing that up, because now the full moon will come into me. We went through eclipse season, and we went through the last vestiges of that Pisces season, and now we're in Aries season. Now each new moon, since Capricorn, Aquarius, um, Pisces, and now Aries, we have a pile up, a stellium, three or more planets in each sign sitting there. This Aries is going to have 9 different planetary bodies, and there's probably more with the more asteroids. This is huge. This is you are starting a new cycle in a new frequency. And you have been renewed. And this is why you really want to take that in and say, wow, what does that mean for me? And when we have the full moons, of course, you release on the full moons. The eclipses and Pisces season really helped us release a lot. But on each full moon, that's regular full moon, I do a little release ceremony, but I still call in my intentions. Today is the day. On that Pisces new moon 2 days ago, I was like, don't even, just let things flow out of you. Don't make any rash moves. Don't call your intentions in. Today is the day. You wanted to do a little ceremony, light a candle, whatever, cinnamon, write down your intentions, write down what you feel you're ready to experience, and it's got to be through feeling, because that's another part of the ascension cycle. It's, yes, and you're psychic, things, but our feelings are our navigation system. And if we walk into a room or a store and we immediately don't leave, turn around right now and leave. You do that. Most of us do that. Or or you feel good when you enter and you're like, oh yeah, this is really cool. All these people, whatever it is. Go really honor your feelings, because that is, along with telepathy, is going to be, that is how we navigate the higher frequencies. It isn't like third dimensional earth. It isn't like, especially what they've done to the lower dimensions when they've inverted things and they twisted everything. So keep that in mind too. um it still hasn't hit me. It'll come in. I don't know what
There's
the
just so much information, you guys. Any little bit that you can pick up, if you find somebody that's easy to understand, or that they give you little bits, if you follow the moon first, or if you just follow your sun sign, and then you find out your rising sign and your
Mhm.
moon sign, sun, moon, and rising, get little bits at a time, get a reading, find out what your chart, what your natal chart is, where it is. And then each time you learn a little bit about it, go back and look at your chart and see where that is. I mean, there's a lot of free things, through free tools on
Charts.
the internet as well.
Mhm.
And it's more important now more than ever, because of the availability, the information that the astrology can provide us and help us with, and carry us through.
Yeah.
It's all information, and it all gives you a peace of mind. It gives you a bit of understanding, and you don't have that like floundering out in the middle of nowhere kind of feeling, because you can see what's coming. And not only that, but astrology has taught me that there is a time for everything, because
Mhm.
everything is moving like this. And not only that, but everything, this too shall pass. You heard that, right? Because everything is consistently moving, and we're not alone. We are one of the multiverse. And it's not just us. And if you ever are down on your luck, and you're sitting on the edge of your bed and you're pouting, and you're like, I don't, my car is broke, my job is sucks, and my dog is dirty, and you're down on your luck, just think, we are on a rock that is
Yeah.
hurling around a huge fireball, which is the sun, going through an entire universe. I mean, the ability to understand the concept of reality when we're so much like into our own lives, it pulls me out and gives me perspective that we're only
Mhm.
here for a short time. This is a human experience. Our soul is infinite and lives on forever. And all of this is to help us, to guide us, to teach us, and to inform us. And it's really, it's I don't if you don't have any interest in it, and you just like to hear what other people say, that's fine too. Wherever
Mhm.
you can get the information in whatever way. But somebody asked who Chris Bledsoe was.
Yeah.
He's been just Google it, and you'll get a lot of information. It's been around for many years, and he had an encounter with extraterrestrials, and since then, a lady in white have been coming to see him, portraying herself like an angel-like being, and has given him prophecies. And this is what's supposed to be coming up at this time in 2026 around Easter time. Now, there's also another prophecy that's coming up in 2026 around the fall, equinox as well. So, you know, but it's inspiring, it's hopeful, and we know that things are changing, and it just gives us a little peek into what might be happening.
Yeah, it's I mean, so cool. I always thought Chris Bledsoe was a football player, but I've been hearing this like the last couple of days. I heard stuff, and there's something that they said, and I wasn't sure. I'm like, huh, I wonder what the football player said. Then you read that thing to me, and I'm like, okay, I must have the wrong person, and oh goodness, it's so crazy. And there's so many people to learn from, and we're all students, we're all teachers in every moment, and it's the information. I mean, if we think about the internet, right, the World Wide Web, think of it, and think of a World Wide Web in spirit, because that's why the first this world wide web that we're sitting on today came in to get us used to being in a instantaneous understanding, gaining information immediately. It seems like, oh well, that's just too much, but no, look how fast we go now from when it first came out. Oh man, it's so crazy. And it's all such a miracle. I mean, like floating on this rock, like you said, Gene, and we're spiraling in space. There's all these planets all around us that are following the sun. It's like, it's crazy, right?
Mhm.
it's
And we are the ones, all of you here that are watching now and watching later, you have we're all in this knowing, in this awareness. We all have this opportunity to see. And there's others that are just going about their life. They have their blinders on, and some young mothers, I mean, there's no judgment, good or bad. It's just that in this portion of our lives, we're here to gain this knowledge and to become aware, so that we can help others and to hold the light for others. But it's just a beautiful opportunity for us to be here at this point in time in history. It's really
Yeah.
a blessing. So Val, what kind of readings are
Thank
we
you,
going to
Ross.
do?
I feel like, well, everybody kind of came in with what's my next best step.
Okay.
Is that okay? I
Yeah,
think,
whatever you say is good.
um, I, I never know who was first. Okay, yeah, I do. 157. Yeah,
Well,
yes,
I
I
like to
do.
say we're going to choose the questions randomly because
Okay,
we we're not going to we can't always get to everybody, but we'll
true.
try.
We're gonna,
Make
yeah.
sure make sure your questions are in caps and please use emojis. Oh, look, Rossi put in your email for your readings. Good.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Rossi. You're so. And Jean, do you want me to put in your uh,
That's okay. They could just go to sunpsychicgene.com. Yeah,
.com?
that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
And let's see, we have 9 questions. We'll try to get, no, I think it's only 7. We're going to try to get through as many as we can. I'm just going to, Jean is a master at this. Please bear with me. I'm going with butterfly readings first. She was the first one to put a question in. So what is my next best step? Butterfly readings. Let's see. Oh, so cool. Really appreciate y'all being here with us.
I know. Maureen is here. Sue Toffee is here.
Mhm.
Maria is here. Angel up above. Crystal LJ is here. So nice to see all the familiar names and the names that are not so familiar. Lakeside Laura is here.
I love that. Lakeside Girl. That is
I know.
beautiful.
Lois T, she's popping in. Lois is like, wait a minute, I'm here.
Oh,
Oh, you
Lois
know what? I
too.
wanted
Craig
to tell.
Dixon. Go ahead.
You know what, Lois, I might do it on the next show, okay? But I have my power animal event coming up, Val. Remind me to tell everybody at the
Oh,
end.
yes.
But I don't want to interrupt the readings. But at the end, I'll tell everybody.
Okay, so,
Matriarchy is here. Cricket legs. Um,
ooh.
so butterfly readings, Miss Linda, if I may. Um, I get to shelter in place.
Ah,
I get the next best step is to
mhm,
hold on, hold steady, hold
mhm,
steady. It's not quite time to take action. It's time to have faith, resilience, and stand your ground.
mhm,
Um, I do feel shelter in place, stay in place, not hibernate, but make sure you get all your ducks in a row and get not your supplies, but like your decks in order. And I know that you clean your house 24/7, but I usually like to wait until the season changes to go through and do a good one. Otherwise, I just go around real quick. But just make sure that things are lined up and that your car insurance is paid up, and all of those. Dot your i's, cross your t's, and get ready, because I feel as though we're going to have an acceleration. Now I do know that in the energies, the next 2 weeks or the next couple of weeks may be a little rocky and touch and go. How do I say that?
mhm,
A little uncertain and a little rocky. There's still some more,
bumpy.
um, mm, you know,
Release.
yes,
Yeah.
releases to come in. So if you hold your energy and hold your gifts and hold your um, just your energy, um, for the timing, when the timing is right, and you'll know. And I do feel like this is like in 2 or 3 weeks, but then it's time to step out, and it's almost like you're going to feel like you need this to get out, and to start doing something, begin a project, but not quite yet. So the next best step would be hold in place and then wait for uh, that ignition time, that start off time.
Mhm.
That's what I have.
I
What
got
do
the
you got?
same thing. I got
Oh,
exactly the same thing when you, I, it is still like that. you're still like immersed in the soil. You know how the seed, we plant seeds in the soil, and before the little shoot comes up, that's when it's ready. That's where you're at. You're kind of in that, and just be, in grace and ease about it. What is that? What I think what you're being asked, well, is what what is meaningful for you to go forward with. What is that? And 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 to make sure that you honor yourself, not for anyone else. Okay, that came in real quick. This is all about you and only you. And I know that's a hard one. um it take some time out to lie on the emerald grass. I mean, that's it's like to really connect to earth, be in her, go outside and meditate, and the information will come in, because it is coming to, it's all going to come into. I got passion and pleasure. Okay, so this is savor life. And you see the fire, we got the full moon. That might be when the timing is right. It'll be Aries season with the full moon. Um, what does bring that to you? What brings you the passion and the pleasure to enjoy your, because we're not here to, I had something written down. We're not here to feed the collapse. We're here to create the new. And that's where you're coming in, and we do it in all of our own unique ways. I hope that helps. Butterfly readings, thank you. Okay, let's see, we have um Maria Maria Marino. What's my next best step as far as grounding and prosperity?
Linda
And
says, "Thank you, Val. If I lie on the earth, I'll need the fire department to get me up." Well, you can use your crystals as a surrogate or a grounding mat or something like that.
absolutely.
As long as you have feet somewhere on the ground, I think is what is most important. But hey,
just,
KK
just
is here. So
yeah,
Miss Maria,
just connecting, it'll really help you to just be outside, breathe in the fresh air, get a new get a new what's that called? I'm hearing second wind, but that's not the word I want. It'll come in. Sorry about that. Hi, Andrea. KK. Okay, so Maria Marino, please. What's my next best step as far as grounding and prosperity? Listen.
so Maria, I want to make sure that I say this to you as gently as possible, and please take it with a grain of salt. It is everything is within your own power, and it is important that you let go of some limiting beliefs that you may have had in the past that no longer apply. And you have the ability to set down the baggage, the beliefs, the worry, the whatever that is that you're carrying. It is like a false. Just set it down and keep walking, and it'll say, "Hey Maria, what about me?" You'll be like, "No, I left you behind. You're in the past, and I'm not going to you're not in my now, and you're not in my future.
Right.
So no. What, Maria, what about the mistake you made last year? No, no, I'm not going to carry that anymore. I'm going to leave that in my past because you have so much more energy to receive what it is that's coming forward. So it is only when we let things go, set things down, and walk away, and every time they come back, let them know, no, no, that was in the past. This is now. Keep reminding yourself, it'll become easier and easier. And soon, very soon, I would say 21 days of doing that, you'll find a new just a new energy that is bringing beneficial, happy things around you, and like little, sweet things that maybe you see a flower, maybe a butterfly lands on your car, or, just nothing, you're not going to win $1 million, but you're going to start noticing beautiful things and energy around you that is going to start uplifting, and you'll have forgotten all about that little bag that you left back there. And I do
Mhm,
see it for you, Miss
mhm.
Maria. How about you, Val?
Yeah, it's kind of like we're cleaning out the last remnants of things, but we do things that are just automatic pilot, right? And we have we hold these belief systems that we were taught by a society that wanted us to always feel in fear and lost and you know uh, unhealthy, the whole thing. So when those things do pop up, catch it and say that's not my new reality, and place it with what it is you would prefer. And it's going to require patience. It says everything can be accomplished at nature's pace. Again, I'm seeing you out in nature, just talking with your team. Your spirit team is right there. um, I got life will support the vision you have for yourself. Make it the best you can. So, like when Jean was saying, if you find things or that you say, it took me a long time to do this. You're not doing your best, or whatever. I was always criticizing myself. If you find that you're doing that, replace that with I mean, you're magnificent. You're in a human body. Look how far you've come, and you get to choose going forward. And then I got be brave and authentic. Be the brave and authentic soul you were always destined to be. And I think you're doing that, but I do feel like maybe you're a little hard on yourself, because underneath it all is you. You are the grapevine. You're the treasure. And this is all about uncovering the treasure of you, of who are you? Who do you want to be? If you feel like you need assistance or anything, or healing, seek that out, and gain some a different perspective. That's the word, a different perspective on who it is, that you really are underneath all that stuff that was kind of placed on us all. I hope
And
that
you
helps.
have
Go ahead.
all the planets that are in your favor right now, Maria. If it's
Mhm.
ever a time to do it, now is your time.
Oh my goodness, Gene, I'm so glad you said that, because when Mercury goes direct at 3:33 Eastern Time today, all planets are direct until May 5th, 5th, 6th, 6th,
Wow, that's
May
a lot of
6th.
momentum.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes. I almost forgot that. That's a big one. Yeah, that's huge because
3:33, which is in about 35 minutes from now. So
mhm,
these readings are very appropriate.
yeah,
Hi,
really.
Michelle. Hi,
Hi,
Michelle.
Michelle. All right, Michelle. I had a phone interview on Tuesday with one company, and I have another phone interview with a different company next week. Congratulations. Will either one lead to a good job that is not too stressful? Stressful. I am appreciated. Thank you, Michelle. Um, which I'm getting. Which one do you prefer? I don't know. Like, did you research the companies? We get to choose and make those details. I don't know why they're saying it. Sorry, Gina. I didn't mean to go first. They just
No, you're
started.
fine. Go ahead. I'm working. I'm doing
They
this.
they're saying which one. Okay, because you say the reason why I'm getting this is because you say not too stressful. You get to pick and choose what it is you want to engage your energy with, your frequency with, and this goes for all of us. Who if you get the vibe or a feeling, or even if they say something that you can feel it's going to be stressful, please don't get it. I see you definitely getting a job very soon. um, but they really want you to know to really research those companies and mm, make the choices based on the things that you are seeing. I know there's a company website that you can check out companies. They're going deep into the research the companies. Let's see what we got here. Life isn't a sprint, it's a long race, and you're not in it just to win. Okay, so they want me to say you're in it to enjoy yourself and to really feel valued and respected and wherever you are. And allow that's another thing changing for the higher frequencies, the ascension, when we're living in those higher frequencies. We don't live under stress like we've been led to believe is the only way to live. It's more harmonious, and that's what that those feelings are the ones that you want to really take into consideration as you go forward. Okay. Thank you, Dean.
Well, Michelle, I know that you trust me, and I've done readings for you in the past. And I don't like to sway, but I'm not sure either one of these is going to be what you're looking for. I do see a couple more interviews because I said if you had to choose between these two, the first one is a little bit better than the second one. But I do see the best one is yet to come. So it's neither one of these interviews is the best one. So, and I know that's hard to hear, and I know how hard it is just to get an interview, but you want to be happy and you want what you want, and it's okay to be picky.
That's right.
And you want to make sure that it's right for you because you don't want to go through all this all over again. Yeah. So, and I said, is it out of these two, it's the first one that's a little bit better. And I said, is it after these two, is there something better? And it said, yes. I said, is it the very next interview? No. I said, is it the very next interview after that? And it swung really, really good. So I hate to tell you that because I know it's very difficult to interview, but I do see something coming for you, something that is very much in alignment with your energy, with your frequency. And if you could just hold out for 2 more interviews, but if you have to choose one of these and keep interviewing, it would be the first one is a little bit better than the second.
And that's an important point you're bringing up. A lot of times spirit is bringing us the the most beneficial for us, right? But we'll just take the first thing because it's the safest. It's the first thing that showed up. That's what I'm going to do. And in a lot of ways, I don't want to say it's a test, but it is, because if you hold out, what you are calling in is even okay. They're saying call it in too. Bring in and write it down. What does this job look like? How much do you want to make? What kind of people you work with? A to Z. Really go in and don't settle. They don't want us to settle anymore. I hope that helps, Michelle. Thank you.
Keep asking me, Michelle. Keep coming back and asking me because I'll ask my pendulum every time. Keep coming back.
Yeah.
Just say, Jean, can you check on those interviews again? And I'll do it real quick for you. Because and get your pendulum out, Michelle. Get your pendulum out. And it's hard to get readings for yourself, but you can do it.
I wanted to say thank you to Wistlight Keeper for becoming a member.
Aww.
I appreciate you. I'm going to start doing shows this week. We're going to get into frequency. I hope y'all are interested in how to work with frequencies, because we do it all day, every day, right? All right, Sue Toffee. Let's see. Sue, are you here? Sue Toffee, I'm pretty sure she is. Oh, you're welcome, Michelle. Yeah, and there's Sue Toffee. She's here. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Opportunity to share long lease villa with C. Will will we be able to move in and get along okay? Offer came out of the blue from housing. Yes. Oh, see and see. I'm getting it's going to help you both. And when we live with anybody, we have to be conscious that there's others around us, right? Thankfully, it's housing's coming in. That's what I'm saying. But I'm gonna get a couple cards to you for you.
So your spirit guide said, "What do you mean out of the blue? We've been working on this for ages for you. It's not out of the blue. You've been praying for it and asking your
That's true.
angels and spirit guides for it. This is what you've been asking for. And it's also how quick we can manifest. It's about realizing that our intention and has a lot of gravity, has a lot of weight to it, has a lot of pull to it. It really does help make a difference. I do see that it's going to be a little bit of an emotional roller coaster for you. Not
Mhm.
roller coaster, but it's going to be sad leaving, it's going to be anxious moving in, getting everything ready. It's going to charge your emotions, but if you can hold yourself in a centered state and try to keep your emotions in check, I
Mhm.
do see that after that initial adjustment period of leaving, moving, all that uprooting and changes, you because you're a very sensitive person,
Mhm.
it's a lot for you. I mean, it's a lot for me to go to a hotel. It's a lot. I
Yeah,
mean, when,
yeah.
when you when you're outside of your element, it feels different. But once you get settled in, I'd say in about 3 months it might take, you'll start feeling the flow. And I see really, really, really good outcome for you.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to show you this. I haven't been showing people, but you've got the sun card. So you can't get better than that. And I mean, I just see beautiful, beautiful opportunities for you, Sue Toffee. Good for you. I know you have been looking and searching
Yeah.
and praying, and it has been a whirlwind. And this is the energy of the new era, the
Mhm.
new 0 degrees Aries. I'm
Mhm.
letting you know things will be changing, things will be letting up,
Mhm.
things will be opening up for us. You feel like, oh, I've been looking for a job forever. And all of a sudden,
Mhm.
take it with a grain of salt, but watch for that energy. But I do see really good things. And Sue Toffee, in 3 months, what is today?
The 20th of March, I believe.
I want you to come back on the summer solstice and let me know how much you love your new digs.
Oh,
And yeah, look, Tara Stash is here. Hey, Gerald, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
that is so cool. I love that reading at Hi Tara Stash. That Sue Toffee, and I have here because you'll receive the sacrifices you make today will be worth it. Now that is showing me about the whole journey, like Jean was saying. You are okay, and in this new Earth, right? This new energies, we are going to be more community like. You know, I do feel that it's gonna be a little uncomfortable at first because you're not used to having another person in your life. But I do believe that you both will respect each other's areas and privacy, and you're gonna make it work. I'm really happy because I know you've been looking for a long time too. Definitely come back in and check in with us. We we love. Okay, then I got. Hold on, and let me see. It says, let go. Enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. So it's like, you know, sensitives are like that. Like I heard, I'm just like my space. And I'm not gonna, I'm not going to put myself out there too much. It's okay. And you can always call in the energy that you want. Please, may I have, please, this be a heart centered, soul centered being. call in the things that would make this more harmonious for you. Um,
Take a picture of the sun card and keep it on your phone as your phone screen as
that,
and look at it. And every
yeah,
time you get frustrated or you say, "Oh, it's not going to work out," keep looking at the sun. It will, it will, it will.
yeah,
This is your opportunity.
yeah.
It
I mean,
will. I have very, very high hopes for you.
yeah,
And
but
I'm not, I would say, like, take it with a grain of salt. I am so sure. I can't wait till June for you to tell me, Gene, it's great.
that is so cool. That is so cool. And then today, right, we have equal sun, equal, everything's equal balance. I mean, this is just, it's opening up for you for sure. All right, sweet toffee. Jean, we got time for another one or
Yeah,
two.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Miss
yeah.
Di Maria feels grateful. Can I ask my
Is
husband?
Maria still here? Let's just make sure.
Yeah,
And
you're right. I'm pretty sure.
is Maria still here? And do you know
Maria.
who the next one might be, Val?
We have Maria. We have Elijah, Twinita, Heavenly Blessed Honey, Crystal L.
Maria feels grateful is here,
Yeah, I knew she
and
would.
Heavenly is here, and
Awesome.
Crystal is here. I don't know how many. Okay.
Okay. Oh, what did I do? Where did I go? Maria. There you go. Can I ask guides for my next best step, please? Thank you. Of course.
And who do you know which content creator started the next best step?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've been saying that for months. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay. Okay.
I always well my team had said it to me. What is when
Oh,
how when
okay.
you're doing pendulum and you're like the wording the question is so important. It was uh, instead of going into all the details, ask for what's my next best step or help people learn. Make it to the point, but not too many details. Does that make sense?
Mhm. So, Maria, what I was getting for you is that it's time to knuckle down and get to work. It's time
Mm,
to put the nose to the grindstone. I don't know if you have taxes to do or if there's,
yeah.
yard cleanup to do or whatever it is that you've been putting off that you need to do. If you got to clean out all of that, office, the closet in the office with all those old papers, whatever it is that you need to do, it's time to take action and start getting busy on taking to task what it is that you need to be doing. And I'm saying this, and I know that there's things that I've been like, oh, I'll do it next weekend. I'll do it next weekend.
Mhm.
There's things, and there's going to be a time where you're going to wish all of these things were done so that you wouldn't have to worry about them.
Yeah.
So I guess, try not to procrastinate as much, or try and write down a list and check it off one little bit at a time. Like if you know just small bites, but make sure you start chipping away at those things that you need to get done, the responsibilities that you've been pushing off. I do see that there may be uh, a little bit of something that was disheartening for you, something
Mhm.
that is disappointing for you, and then things are going to start happening really quickly for you.
Yeah.
So I do feel as though it's important to knuckle down, nose to the grindstone, start doing the work that you know that needs to get done, so it'll be out of the way. So if something comes up, you'll be free to take care of that. And then it's not only that, but this is almost like a little bit of a lull right here. And
Mm,
you have time right here. You have a peace of mind right here. But pretty soon, things are going to change and they're going to start coming in rapidly. And you're
mhm.
going to be, wait a minute, I'm not done my taxes yet. We're gonna go out and fly to Tennessee. What do you mean? Like we're like there's gonna be things that are gonna be coming up and moving quickly. So you're gonna want to make sure you get all your ducks in a row. And that's what I got for you, Miss Maria.
That's really cool. Yeah, I got when when a new door opens, walk through it and begin again. And I know that there's doors opening for you, and I know it's intimidating. Trust me, it is. Then I got flow. Go with the flow as water trickles downstream. Don't hurry. So it's not like don't do the complete the task, but take your time. Don't hurry. Don't think that you're gonna um, not be able to walk through this door. I'm using this more on your new channel and your new meditations that you're offering. So I know that you're started, and I know it's like just freeze at a certain point when you're just starting on YouTube. Um, it says, let go of who you think you are and should be, and embrace who you really are. So this is us accepting ourselves, right? That's the big thing. Because once we accept ourselves, we can take those steps to go forward. And you're on a great adventure.
Mm.
It says take a risk, venture forward. So again, you got a lot of risk cards here to go forward. Hope that helps you, Maria. All right, let's see. You okay, Jean?
Yep.
We're at
And Pamela Anderson's doing the countdown. She's saying 21 minutes till the
Dahlia
what
to
it,
the Mercury going direct.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Yes. I love that. Oh, that is so cool. Thank you, guys. All right. So I know you said Heavenly Blessed Honey was here. She would like a reading, please. Let's see.
Hi, Lise. Hi, Mousy Girl. And thank
Well,
you, Sue Toffee. She's saying thank you.
oh. And we have Krista, LJ, and Vicky Howe, and Elijah. I don't know if we're going to have the time to get through everybody, but we're working on it. You're
Yeah.
welcome, Maria. Hi,
So
Martha.
for Heavenly Blessed, I did get a lot of matriarch energy around you, and
Mm,
a lot. You're thinking a lot. You have a lot on your mind, but you have a perspective
mm,
of the matriarch, and I don't know if you have your whole family is on your mind and your legacy is on your mind. Like it's these big things. It's not what am I going to have for dinner is on your mind. It's all the big things.
mm,
And it's important to mm, trust yourself that you don't have to keep all of these things in your own mind and have logic steer you. Sometimes you just let them be in your heart and allow your heart to steer you, you know.
mm,
We often get to, you know, thinking over and thinking in loops and thinking and wondering. I don't think you're worrying. I think that you just have a lot on your mind. Like you
mm,
you you just have the whole world on your mind, you know. But I do feel as though if you let your heart lead, it will never lead you astray. You don't have to remember anything. Your authenticity comes through. And this is what the change is, that we're moving from our head to our heart, and
mm,
we're going to move forward from our heart. um, I do see that whatever you're worried about, or if you're worried about anything financially or materialistically or where you're going to be living, you're going to be fine. Everything's going to turn out fine. Whatever it is that you want to do will happen for you. If you want to get a new car, if you want to get a new place, if you want to
mm,
have, you know, whatever it is that you are desiring, I do feel as though the the energy is ripe for this ask, for this desire to come forward. And it's because you have this pure intention and you have the benefit, the greater good of all concerned on your heart.
yeah.
And this is what's going to help to facilitate that forward for you. Yep, she said that's her 100%.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She is. She's such a good. She is the matriarchy. You know,
Mm,
she is, and it's something, you know, especially moms and grandmas and stuff. They never stop thinking about their family members and how everybody is, but then that's put on top of the outer world stuff. right? And you can get overwhelmed because now we're thinking of um, all these detrimental scenarios that could possibly happen. And that's really got to be that isn't where we need to be. We need to stay out of that mindset because it really is detrimental. And you do have support. Well, it's saying to seek support. You do have a lot of people that you do care about and think about. You don't have to bear everything alone. So get that's kind of a hard one to ask when the mom, the matriarch, is concerned about everybody, but it really comes down to, well, what does your heart what brings your heart joy and happiness instead of concern and worry, and maybe focus over there a little more instead of on the concern and worry. Because I don't know if you're anything like me, I can make up a million scenarios where everything's going to crap, and we're not going to make it. But it's everyday practice to redirect my thoughts into a more positive, life affirming um, scenarios. It says love always supports you. So it's interesting. You had support here, looking for support, but this one says love always supports you and aligns you with your true purpose. Um, and isn't that a fine line? It is such a fine line of caring for others without getting overwhelmed. And you can't make this stuff up. I didn't see these fellow travelers. Okay, and there's a rainbow, and it says support is all around you.
Wow.
Is that
Wow, Val.
crazy? So
Wow.
this is and I really do think they're saying yes, physical support, but you have even more of the
Angelic.
angelic ancestors, spirit team. You got a bunch of support, dragons, everything around you that will help you weed out those detrimental scenarios and bring in more appealing scenarios, happier things that you can experience, that you can literally experience now instead of waiting for the shoe to drop. That's it. I do that stuff myself. I, I hope that helps. Heavenly blessed, honey. All right. Jean, you're okay? Let's see what we got.
I think that'll do it. We're almost at an hour and a half. So,
Okay.
yep.
We,
Not
and,
unless you wanted to do one thing for the collective, for the
oh,
whole
yes, I
group.
like that. Yeah, let's do a collective read.
Yeah, we're sorry we didn't get to everybody, and thank you for everybody being here and asking your questions and for
Yeah.
joining us in on our very emotional and enthusiastical chat. Val and I just go off the charts when we talk.
Just love talking about all this stuff. It's so cool.
I
I mean,
know.
this is us going into ascension, like really raising in frequency, and it's time now. Not might It might not be perfect right now, but I know astrologically and intuitively that we are on that path, and that's just brings me a lot of joy. And to talk about it with Jean and y'all, just oh my God, it's like that's perfect day for me.
So again, I think this is for everybody that it's important to make sure that we balance our logic with our heart. And our heart is listening to spirit, and
Mhm.
spirit talks to us through our heart. And it's important to lead with our heart and allow logic to be useful in certain places, but allow the decisions to be made with our heart.
Mhm.
Um, and it's important to be the work on our own authenticity and allowing don't allow people to tell you who you are not, and to command respect from people for who you are and who you are becoming, and
Mhm.
to hold that sovereignty, to hold that empowerment inside all of us, to be um, strong within our own energy, and um, and balanced between the ideas and the thoughts and our heart. And we do all have this ability. And the more you practice the balance, the
Mhm.
easier it becomes. And I just see that it is, we are who we've been waiting for. And it's
Oh,
all up to us.
I love
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
I love that. Yeah. I got transformation for us. So, absolutely. This is really what we've been going through. We've been, dying to be reborn pretty much every day, especially last year or two. This says a fresh new way of living emerges. And journey by moonlight, believe in the magic. Really, everything around us is so magical, mystical, and it's so, if it's the choice of our focus, though, what do we choose to focus on? And that's really what leads us either down to where's the other shoe going to drop, or oh my god, that's so cool, like I get to start a new garden, or I get to, I don't know, it could be anything. But we do, this is, I made sure, I asked a couple of times, they wanted me to bring in this card. It says grief, accepting loss. Think we have changed a lot in the last 15, 10, 20 years. And there is grief there. And it is okay to honor that version of yourself as you come into this new version of yourself with these new choices. So we have all this higher consciousness information available to us now to make different choices, but it doesn't mean that you should regret anything that's happened. Every experience is, that's what we're here for, to experience experiences, and they all matter. So, like, don't hold yourself hostage if you did something you're not really proud of, because it was part of the learning process anyway. It's okay to be perfectly imperfect. We're human. And this one says choice, understanding consequences. But I say understanding that you have many choices around you. And I hope that helps everybody tonight. Oh, Jean, talk about your here. See, Jean's wisdom class. Your class, is it that you're doing? What's it say? Wisdom comes from experience and reflection. That's all of you.
Yep. My website is sunpsychicgene.com. And go ahead, Val, you can pop it up whenever you're ready. And take down the heavenly blessed one too. But you
Sure.
can pop that up.
Give me 2 seconds. Oh my goodness, where'd it go? Why isn't it?
It's right below. Oh, you're wondering about her. Yeah.
I can
I
just
know
tweet
it
it
doesn't
out,
give
right?
you, just click
Oh,
on somebody else and then you can click it off.
okay. So, sunpsychicgene.com. Is that what you said?
No, it's right down here, Val.
Oh,
It,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
You,
that's
you're
okay.
so, you're so sweet. You just are so, she's got
That's
herself together more than I do.
And so it's sunpsychicgene.com. And when you come in, this is my appointments page. You can see all of my different readings here. And then you come over to the events tab right here, and you'll find Meet Your Power Animal. It's this Sunday, March 22nd. It's at 2 p.m. And you click anywhere on the bar and it'll tell you a little bit about the event. And it starts at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And we do ask that everybody plans to arrive 10 minutes before the start time. And when you click on this attend button, you go through the registration process. It will automatically send you the email in your receipt. When it emails you the receipt, that's where your Zoom link is for the event. Okay, so make sure you keep that. And what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about what a power animal is, where it comes from, what you might expect from a power animal. I'll tell you my story. And then we're going to go into a little guided meditation. It's just going to be a little 15-minute guided meditation. We're all going to be able to have an opportunity to meet our own power animal. And then when we're done, we're going to discuss who your power animal is and what does it mean. So I'm going to try and get all of that done. So it's amazing. It's one of the most uh, magical experiences of my life, and it has never left me. It never gets old. The moment that I met my power animal and I fell in love with him, and I knew that I knew him, I connected with him on an energetic level, like I knew him my whole life. Like it's just amazing. And then to have that same feeling still today, and I learned, I guess I did that 20 years ago. I
Mhm.
still have that same feeling for my power animal now. It's really a profound, it's like meeting a spirit guide. And it is your spirit guide, but it's a
Yeah.
spirit power animal. And we'll talk about what that means. So it's exciting. It's a lot of fun. If you're available on Sunday, come on by and join us. If you are a member of mine, if you are already a member to the Sun Psychic Gene uh, YouTube channel, you there's a code, a coupon code for half price in the members only posts. So make sure you go into the posts and look for the members only. It's a coupon code just for the members, and yeah, and that's what's coming up. And then the following Sunday, I have my psychic study practice group, and I'll go over that next time. I don't want to confuse you guys, but yeah, so that's what I have. That's what I have.
That
Mhm.
sounds like so much fun. I love that. Thank you, Jean. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me today. And I love these conversations together, talking about all this new energy coming in. Tonight, I'm with Kaylee of Fearless Fridays with Kaylee at 6 p.m. Eastern. If you would like to have reading and you didn't get a reading, you could come in there if you prefer. We would love to see you. Jean and I will be back again next month together. And we, I mean, blessings and love to all of you on this is a new era, a new start forward. But just take your time and don't think that you're behind or you're doing something wrong. Just allow yourself to become this version of you that you've always dreamed of. I hope that helps. Thank you, Jean. Do you have
Thank you,
anything?
Val. Thank you for hosting. Bye,
Absolutely.
everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Be safe.